Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We've got a horror movie up for review, and this one's got the Indian touch. It's got, it's written and directed by Indo-Americans, and the cast is mainly Indian-American, well, people of Indian origin all the way, as well as the creature, the villain of the piece, is also from Indian mythology. So, It Lives Inside is a 2023 American supernatural horror film, directed by Vishal Datta, who also wrote the film, as well as the stories from him, as well as Ashish Mehta. I don't know them. I have no idea if they're actually originally from India and then moved to the United States, or if they're actually Indo-American. No clue whatsoever. The cast stars Megan Suri, Neeru Bajwa, Mohana Krishna, Vic Sahay, who's the only actor I know in this entire list, Gage Marshall, Beatrice Kitsos, and Betty Gabriel. So, and like I said, the creature, the Pishash, is played by Janaya Ross. I don't know any of them. The only person I recognize from this list is Vic Sahay, who I've seen a little bit in Chuck. He's also been in a few movies, so he's a Canadian actor with Indian origin. So basically, this story is about, the movie rather, is about Samida, or Sam, who is an Indian American high school student. She's basically assimilated into Western culture. She's got friends. She's somewhat popular. Her mother, Purna, is upset that she seems to be distancing herself away from the Indian traditions and all that, and she wants her to, be more Indian per se. Well, her father, played by Vic Sahay, Inesh, is actually he's okay with it. He's less strict than her mother, but the problem stems from a fellow Indian student named Tamira. Sam and Tamira were very, very close while growing up. However, now Tamira in high school is a social outcast. She seems to have abandoned, putting on makeup, or even bathing for that matter. Looks like it, and she is basically acting withdrawn. She goes around carrying this strange-looking jar, which is made of glass. There's something inside, but she won't let anybody see it. Their teacher named Joyce is kind of worried about her, but Sam just says she's fine. They're not really close anymore. However, you can see Tamira in one of the scenes feeding some raw meat into the jar, and then it tries to break out. The glass cracks a little bit, and she goes to Sam for help. And she tells them about this supernatural entity called a Pishash, which is actually living. No, she just says it's a supernatural entity that's living inside, based on a story they've been told, which is about the Pishash. And Sam is actually embarrassed, and she knocks the jar out. The jar breaks, and Tamira is scared. She can see this entity which is invisible to everybody else, and she runs, and she's attacked by the creature. Which you don't actually get to see you get to see just a little bit. And while Sam goes to get help, the creature attacks Tamira and drags her away, and he keeps, I should say keeps her in this captivity, in captivity, and basically tortures her a little bit. Sam finds this book that Tamira had with her, which has got a lot of these scribblings in Sanskrit, and she decides to take it and do her own research. So they're looking for Tamira, but unfortunately, they can't find her. Sam's mother gets a little upset because she decides to skip a puja and some prayers for Tamira held in their own house. Instead, she goes and hangs out with her sort of boyfriend, a white guy named Russ, and they make out a little bit. They go to this house where another Indian student named Karan had died along with his family, supposedly in murder-suicide, and it's abandoned now. So they go there, and they find this scribbling on the wall with this kind of hideous-looking creature that's drawn on it. Unfortunately, Russ is later killed by the creature, and so he is basically out for the toss immediately after he kisses her, and Sam does the research with her teacher Joyce, and they find out about this demonic spirit. And I had to do a little research because the word is very familiar to me. I know this word. It's in different Indian languages. It's called Pishash in Malayalam, also in my native tongue as well. It's called the Pishash, but it's actually just a demon that drinks of the blood of its victims, human victims mainly, and it feeds off negative energy before finally consuming its prey. So that's basically what a pishash is. So the only way to stop it is to seal it inside something, in some kind of a vessel. And there's also this mantra that they find, which they kind of like chant at it to stop it. And towards the end, her mother, Sam's mother, who knows about these things a little bit, the creature comes to attack Sam at the house. They try to ward it off. It attacks her mother, attacks her father as well, but she's able to understand that the creature is actually keeping Tamira alive to torture her. So she goes back to the house. She finds Tamira there. The Pishash attacks them, but together the both of them, they manage to do this chant, and they attack the creature which finally reveals its true form, this hideous looking thing. That's kind of like the part that I didn't like about the movie, because it doesn't look like anything which in Indian stories that you would actually see. And then later Sam realizes that since they don't have anything to trap the creature in, this the only way she can do it, she can save the both of them, is to actually be the vessel to hold the Pishash. So Sam allows the creature to enter her and inhabit her body. The next thing you see is 1 year later, Sam is having dinner at her house with her father and mother, Tamira as well as Joyce. They've all recovered from their injuries and they are having a little fun. However, the group is a little bit wary because they know that Tamira's got the creature in her, and they feed her raw meat. So, and she basically is holding the creature in. So the only way to satisfy it is by giving it raw meat. And finally, Sam and Tamira, they reconcile. They go back to their friendship, and as she leaves, just before Sam is going back to her home, she sees her looking at. Sam tells her that she's never going to get out, but she looks more worried, and she starts to cry, knowing that one fine day the creature might actually get out. So that's the basic story. The movie ends over there. So spoiler alert. I don't see the budget of this movie, but I'm guessing it's around maybe like $5 million. It's a very low budget movie, but they do well with what they have. It is possibly a very low budget film. It made around 7.3 million at the box office. It's available for streaming, I think, on. Where did I watch it? On Amazon Prime. The story is different from what you normally see in horror movies from English and British, American and North American, I should say, Canadian and American as well as British movies. It's kind of different. The story is about these two young girls basically and their friendship that they managed to get back. I would say I was disappointed with it's got scares, to be honest. It is actually a little bit tense here and there, but once you see the creature, I wasn't really impressed. It didn't look like anything from what I was expecting. It's an okay film. I'll give it a 7 out of 10 just because it's kind of different and unique. Maybe a little biased because I'm Indian myself. It's kind of okay, nothing great, but I guess it will get you through, and you will probably see. Most horror fans will see something different from what they used to. So that's basically it from me regarding the movie It Lives Inside. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Correct.